You could be ahead by every measure that shows up on paper. Ahead of plan, ahead of your peers, even ahead of where you swore you'd be by now. But underneath it all, there's this quiet hum. I'm behind. I want to talk about that hum today because it has almost nothing to do with the facts, and it's quietly making your decisions for you. And here's how it works. You hit the number and the finish line moves. You're behind again by dinner. The feeling doesn't check with reality first, it just runs. And there's a name for that part of you that does this. It's called the prover. That's the part that measures you against a benchmark that just keeps moving. And this feeling doesn't just sit in the background, it makes decisions. When you feel behind, your next move turns into ways to catch up. So you skip the meeting you'd normally take time for, you rush the hire, you match a competitor's move that you don't actually believe in. And from the outside, it looks like drive, and from the inside, it feels like chase. And it hits hardest when you're deciding what actually matters, because the real cost lands in your discernment. The gut no, the quiet not yet, the let me sit on it. They get overridden by this need to close the gap. And you can't hear them over the sound of feeling behind. So here's the strange part. You can actually feel it before you can think it. This feeling has a physical signature, and you can learn what yours is. Mine is a slight leaning forward, a low bracing, maybe even shallow breathing. It's a sense that I'm already late for something that nobody's actually scheduled, just tick-tock, just on the go. And when I decide from this place, I can usually feel it afterward, which means the choice feels tight, it feels gripped, like I'm holding on to it instead of standing behind it. I watched this nearly cost someone something real. A founder came to me days before an investor meeting. She was convinced that she was too far behind, and she was really close to postponing the conversation. And her product, sure, it wasn't working at 100% yet, but the progress was real. And the gap was actually smaller than the story she was telling about it. I'd say that was a little bit of perfectionism coming through on her part. So we worked together and I helped her separate the facts from this pressure. And the good news was she kept the meeting. She actually felt ready to go have the conversation, and it led to a follow-up meeting with the investors team. So that feeling of being behind almost made her miss it. The work here isn't what you'd expect. It's not to stop feeling behind, because that feeling just comes and goes. The work is to stop letting it sign your decisions for you. And that starts with one thing: learning to feel the difference between a choice made from feeling behind and a choice made from solid ground. Because once you can feel that lean in or the racing thoughts, you don't have to decide from it. In fact, I keep a short practice for exactly that, and I will link to it at the end. But the clock will tell you there's no time for any of this. But the clock is actually the thing we're questioning, right? The feeling of behind promises relief if we hurry, if we just decide, if we catch up. But the decisions that really shape our life are rarely made in the chase. I mean, they're made, but are they the best decisions? I'd say no. So you're allowed to move at the speed of your own discernment. So where is behind setting the pace for you right now? If you want to take this a little bit further, I put the full practice in this week's ritual. It covers the exact steps I use to catch this in the moment, and even the AI prompts I run before a hard decision. It's all there for you, linked below.